Michael, don't go too far. I don't like him to go out of sight. I suppose it's silly. I mean, it's not as though there'd actually been any air raids. But somehow, coming from the country, I can't help wondering if it was wise bringing him back to London. Only he did miss his mother so. And really, there seemed no reason why...
It says in the paper that all the evacuees should be sent back. It says they're causing irreparable harm to the war effort and ruining the crops.
Oh, really, Maud? How could they?
Farmers' wives are kept busy day and night looking after evacuees instead of attending to the spring sowing. That's what it says in the paper. It says if they don't come back soon, there's going to be a terrible food shortage.
But surely, Maud...
Oh, yes. That's exactly what Hitler's been counting on. That's why there's been no fighting all this time. He doesn't have to fight. He knows we'll be starved from within. Oh, yes. They're very clever, those Germans. You never know what they're going to do next.
There you are, Christoph. You've been summed up. Nobody ever knows what you're going to do next.
I always know exactly what I'm going to do next. I mean, where my work is concerned. I mean, there are some things. Other things.
I was only teasing you. How's the war going?
The RAF have dropped another lot of leaflets on Stuttgart. The Germans have tried to bomb a Dutch fishing boat and missed. It's hard to believe anything will ever happen. I believe it will, though.
I think so, too. Oh, it's nice while it doesn't. Christoph, do you ever think about Germany?
Well, sometimes, the way it was when I was a child. It's hard to relate the two periods, school outings and concentration camps. Why?
Oh, I was just thinking. It's different for me. I can go home to Norway anytime I like. It must be terrible to be cut off from one's country like that. To lose one's roots.
You have to grow new roots in a new country.
Yes. I don't know what I'd do if I didn't feel I belonged somewhere. I suppose men are different.
You know, I don't believe the sort of things that have been happening in Germany in the past years could happen here. So I'm going to try and stay.
Just a matter of logic.
So what's wrong with that?
Nothing. It's a... You're funny, Christoph. For you, everything is facts. Never emotional, personal liking. You just collect the facts. Well, I hope you never get them wrong, that's all.
Yeah, but surely as a scientist yourself, you must understand that...
I understand. Never mind. Eat your sandwiches. Good God, what on earth is in yours? The grey stuff.
Oh, I think that's fish paste.
Oh, really, your land, it is terrible. Have one of these.
No, I don't mind, really. I quite like fish paste.
There, that's exactly what I meant. It's not even good logic. Just because you've decided to admire the English, you don't have to admire their fish paste as well.
But why?
Oh, go on. I don't have time to eat them anyway. You know what Catholics like about his assistants being on time.
Perhaps you are right. Perhaps I do try to be too logical. But you see, people and human relationships... Here it is.
Yes?
Oh, no, this isn't the time.
Pity.
You're Christoph Wolters, aren't you?
What?
Name's Bushman. Oh, cigarette?
Oh, thanks.
We met in Paris, 1936, the big Front Populaire demonstration.
Oh, really?
In the International Brigade, they called me Commissar Vicrino. I was a battery commander in Madrid.
Oh, so that's who you are?
Well, why weren't you there?
I'm not the adventuring type.
But it was a decisive phase in the proletarian...
I'm no longer interested in politics.
For the man with your record?
I stopped being a member years ago when the German Communist Party was broken up.
For true communists, frontiers and time limits don't exist. What do you think German refugees are to the British, huh? Just so much dirt.
They've offered us their hospitality and protection. While Moscow is busy helping Hitler, they're fighting him. Let's stick to facts.
Sure, they're fighting in the French brothels. I tell you, this whole war is one gigantic swindle. The damnable plot by the capitalist
Bushman, you're
powers
wasting
to...
your time. It's a very decent country.
One day, I'll remind you of that.
He was terribly funny. He was awful. You know, he asked me on board. No, did you go? Yes, I did. No.
You seriously think you can build up a new life here in England?
Yes, and a very good one. A lot's happening here in science. They're far ahead of your young peoples. They're the best brains had to emigrate.
Like you, for instance.
Yes, like me. One day, perhaps I'll remind you of that. Why, the university here's given me a research scholarship. Although I've no passport, not even my graduation certificate.
But it doesn't run to a packet of cigarettes, does it?
What do you mean?
Well, you haven't had a smoke in days.
Students can't afford cigarettes.
Oh, theoretical physicists, though, should be able to think more logically.
You know, you're a bit too well informed.
Well, you must have guessed it wasn't sheer coincidence that brought me here today. Of course, I could have stopped you dozens of times outside the Institute, but I figured we could talk more freely here.
I have no intention of talking freely to you.
Wolters, I'm a professional revolutionary, party soldier. I'm telling you, it's the only worthwhile thing to be nowadays. That's why I try to round up stragglers. Well, the worthwhile ones, that is. I know in your heart of hearts, you're still one of us. It's in your blood. It's like a religion.
I discarded religion when I was 19.
What have you to offer instead, then?
Mathematics, my work.
In other words, escape into the abstract. Look, Wolters, no man today can afford to split himself up. Half of him politically aware.